We can see folks on board clapping as our first crew member.
And that is NASA astronaut Nick Hague, commander of Crew 9, now out of Crew Dragon Freedom. Some smiles, thumbs up, and a wave. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is one happy camper, that's for sure. As we said before, it is standard procedure for all of our long-duration crew members to receive assistance upon egressing from the spacecraft. We basically help them move off of the recovery deck and into the private medical quarters for their initial consultation with the SpaceX flight surgeon. So we'll see that take place for all 4 of our crew members today.
Well, there we go. The first astronaut has made it out safe and sound. I believe I might be able to take you, yes I can, to Per Wimmer, who is an astronaut and an entrepreneur. Per, thank you very much for joining us. Well, I mean, where to start? You've been through this yourself, have you?
Well, I've been through some of the training for this, but not on the Dragon. I'm actually delighted to see that they've come back safe and sound. It's been almost a textbook landing all the way, and it must be fantastic for them to put out their heads and breathe some fresh air again after 9 months in space.
And forgive me, Per, because as you can imagine, this has been a bit of a rolling news feed. So you yourself have been to space, I take it, or have you just been through the training you were saying?
Yeah, I'm going up end of next year. So I've been through all the training, the centrifuge, the fighter jets, the Vomit Comet,
Wow.
Getting ready for weightlessness.
Per, just pause it there for me, my good man. Very sorry about this. Take you back. We've got another astronaut coming out now.
Looks like we're getting some cheers and clapping on board as Alexander is slid down the little ramp and placed into the mobility aid. Again, big smile.
Okay, so Per, you might have all of this to look forward to. The 2 astronauts who've come out now, I don't think are Butch or Sonny, the ones that were originally stranded. These are the ones that went up to help get them back, is that right?
No, that's right. There was Nick, the commander, who came out first, and then the Russian cosmonaut, Alexander, who came out just now. So we still have Butch and Sunny just waiting. And obviously they've been a little bit the celebrities of this whole mission because they got stranded. But here they're going to come anytime shortly now.
Anytime now. Just the emotions that they must be feeling. Or maybe they don't feel emotions, but maybe they're so well trained. You would know. What would you think they will be feeling now?
No, this is emotional. It is definitely emotional. You cannot take that human element away. Imagine that, and in particular for Sonny and Butch. I mean, Sonny is 59 and Butch is early 60, 62, I believe. So, I mean, this is probably their last trip to space. I mean, who knows? Everything's possible, of course. But
well, they've got their money's worth, haven't they? They've got their money's worth. 8 days turned into 9 months.
Absolutely. Going for 8-9 days and turn out to 9 months and having extra luggage delivered. I mean, imagine a holiday like that. You forgot some extra clothes or whatever. It all got delivered to the door. So no, they must be very emotional right now. It is a very big moment. And it's a completion of a very successful scientific mission.
OK, well, pause that there, because if you are just joining us, live here on GB News, you are about to see the 2 astronauts who, if they weren't household names before, certainly are going to be household names now, because they have been stranded in space for 9 months. They are finally about to come out of this capsule. The 2 astronauts who went up to help get them back, they've come out first. So we've got Butch and Sunny who are about to touch down on deck. Let's just check in with NASA, see what they're saying, because I think I might be able to see a spacesuit there. So let's see what they're saying.
You know, just 5 years ago, when we were doing the initial demonstration missions of the Dragon for Crew Dragon, that now we're under about 30 minutes for, to retrieve the spacecraft from the water, and just several minutes here while it's been on board, and to get everyone, really to get that side hatch open. For those of you that have just recently joined, the Dragon had an on-time splashdown. It looks like we're getting our next crew member here. That is none other than Sunny Williams. Big smile, big waves. She, like her other crew members, now will be assisted onto the mobility aid.
Big waves there from Sunny Williams. After 9 long months stuck in space, finally makes it back out. It's great to see them looking so happy and waving. And I can already see you here now. Butch, 59 years old or 51, I can't remember now what our previous guest was saying, but probably their last space mission. Let's just see again. It's obviously, we are at the mercy of NASA's commentary here, ladies and gentlemen, so apologies about that. But he's 62 years old, apparently. Remarkable. Anyway, let's just see now if we can hear something from NASA.
We're getting some views of him now as he egresses or exits the spacecraft.
All right. OK, well, I want to bring Per back in now. Now, Per, thank you very much for sticking with us there. So what will his body be feeling now, and Sunny's body as well? Are they smiling through the agony, or are they all right, do you think?
They're all right, but it is a very different thing to come back to planet Earth again. First and foremost, they'll think everything is very heavy. You know, don't forget they would have lost quite a bit of their muscles. And their bones as well would have deteriorated. So they're not as strong as they were when they went up, and everything feels a lot heavier because they're used to zero gravity or microgravity. Also, what you notice as they came out of the capsule, there were 2 people grabbing them quite quickly by each side to make sure that they don't fall. Because when you come back to Earth, you can be a little bit dizzy, because the blood and the heart hasn't really adjusted just yet to be back on planet Earth. When you're in space, you tend to have more blood and fluid in the upper part of the body because the gravity is not pulling you down. The heart adjusts to that in terms of the heartbeat. And when you come back to Earth, you need to readjust back again. And that doesn't happen overnight. In fact, it easily takes some days and weeks to adjust to that, and therefore you got to grab them.
Dude, being honest with me now, being honest with me and my viewers and my listeners, you are conceivably going up to space quite soon. Does this not make you a little bit scared? The idea that these 2 have been stuck there for 9 months.
It makes me very excited, and I'll challenge you to find one single astronaut who will be disappointed to be stuck longer in space than originally anticipated. Astronauts want to be in space. That's what we're there for. We want to be there longer. So they're big smiles, and they happen to contribute a lot extra to the mission in terms of the scientific experiments that they did up there. So no, astronauts want to be in space. They have no complaints to file when they come back to Houston.
I will never cease to be amazed by the feat of human engineering that can bring any living being out of this world, keep them there for a bit and bring them back with the unbelievable element of precision of being able to time pretty much to the second and to the centimetre where they are going to land them back to. We saw unbelievable images of that capsule even being surrounded by dolphins and other human beings in wetsuits climbing on it, hosing it down, getting it through. I honestly just think this is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen. It is just unbelievable how far human beings have come. And just think about this as well, Per. You know, those old footage that you saw about the Apollo missions, that kind of gallery that we're looking at there, that nerve centre, you know, it used to be a lot of blokes in waistcoats smoking cigars, didn't it? The game's changed a bit, I think.
Well, the cigars certainly have gone away. It's smoking free now. But there's a little bit the same excitement as we saw during the Apollo era. I mean, when you watch these old movies, Apollo 13 or some of the other documentaries about the Apollo era, there was this enormous excitement. The world was tuned in. I mean, now with private space delivering a big part of the mission here, so a private company, SpaceX, safely delivering this crew back to planet Earth, there's the same excitement around it. And there's so much more going on, much more capital coming in, much more innovation going on, lots more testing. I mean, the Falcon rocket flew 134 times last year and landed back on planet Earth safely.
You make a great point. Can I just say, I think you make an unbelievable point, which is when there was those initial Apollo missions and there was that era there, it was groundbreaking. It was being beamed into everyone's houses. And then, amazingly, as the later Apollo missions went on, I think they didn't even really show them that much on television. It's almost like people had got used to it. After we landed on the moon the first couple of times, people kind of got used to it. But it feels to me, Bill, like we're about to enter another really exciting box office era of space exploration. There's talk of Mars, isn't there? Are you in line to go to Mars?
Mars is the bigger commitment, both time-wise and also in terms of technology. We don't have the technology today, except sending probes up there. And also just in terms of the time commitment, it takes 8 months one way to go to Mars. So it's a big time commitment. But let's see. And obviously humankind always wants to keep pushing the boundaries, going further out and further away. So yes, we've been to the moon. So Mars is the obvious next target. And Elon famously, from SpaceX, famously have said that he wants to die on Mars, just not on impact, mind you. So that is his famous quote. But going back to the Apollo area, I would say these are our heroes. And let's not forget, when the Apollo 11 mission took off, I mean, we were not ready. I mean, they were really under serious pressure in the competition against the Russians. And to be honest, it was touch and go. And the guys who went on these first Apollo missions, including Apollo 11 specifically, they really took an enormous gamble, and they are truly, truly our heroes. Buzz Aldrin, who was up there with Neil, is a friend of mine, and we've spent a lot of time together. And I have the utmost admiration for the risk he took on board, as well as the others. I've done zero-G flights together with Charlie Duke, Apollo 11. An amazing character. And by the way, he was Capcom on 11. So he's seen it all, both from the seat in Houston and as well as from space. He was one of the 12 moonwalkers. Absolutely amazing characters. The right stuff, as you would have it from the books. And they are our big heroes, to be perfectly honest. But I like this excitement about space and this passion that's coming back, the interest, and that in turn is going to drive innovation going forward.
Okay, now I promised my producers that I wouldn't do this, but I have now basically been broadcasting live about space for the last 2 hours, and I haven't mentioned aliens once. Okay, do you think we're alone?
It's a fair point, and it's a funny and a fair question, to be honest. And I'm personally a little bit skeptical until proven. I've seen it. But having said that, and I'm a very sort of rational thinker, the universe is so vast, we have no idea about it. It's so, there's so many star systems, solar systems, and it just goes on and on and on. So probability-wise, it would be strange if there wasn't life on another planet out there. And in fact, we have found some small planets that have the possibilities of being as perfect as planet Earth. Because let's not forget, Earth is very special. It has the right temperatures. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It is protected by a beautiful layer of ozone that protects this awful radiation that is out there in space that can be really nasty to the human body. And also we have lots of water. So it has the perfect conditions for life. But there are other planets out there that potentially that could host life, and who knows? The problem is they're so far away. We will probably never find out unless we can put multi-generational missions in place. But good luck with the communications on that one. We got to fix that problem too.
How unlikely do you think it is that we're going to see kind of almost commercial space travel in my lifetime, perhaps?
Oh, that exists today. Commercial space travel is there absolutely today. I mean, I was on the launch pad in 2001 in Baikonur, Kazakhstan, when Dennis Tito, the very first private person who tried to apply, he was at JPL, and he applied to NASA to go into space, was rejected, and fortunately he made a lot of money. So he actually bought a trip on the Soyuz as the very first person. I was on the launch pad 10 minutes before he took off, and I said goodbye to him and wished him all the best and watched the launch together with his family that are taking off. So that was the true kickoff. And I started my training in Russia at the time, spinning around in the centrifuge, flying Russian MiG fighter jets at that time.
Can I just quickly, finally, while I've got you, just as a bit of an insight, okay, in terms of some of the psychological training. So these people obviously have been prepared, presumably, to be stranded there pretty much indefinitely. What tactics do they teach you to deal with frankly, just insane reality that you are in space? It's just you and one of your mates. You think you're coming back at some point soon. Presumably, you've all still got worries. You might have kids at school. Your wife might be ill. Your husband might be ill. All the normal stuff that we have to go through. But you're going through it in space. What kind of training do you have?
Yeah, so some astronauts would literally be asked to go into caves, deep caves, in teams where it's dark. You have no notion about the time, and you have to work together as a team. So they deliberately put stress on you into the team. And also, because you don't sleep as well, you also get tired. Therefore, you get more irritated, potentially more anxious, more stressed. And all of that is to get the experience out of you to live better with your teammates and therefore be a better astronaut effectively. The other thing they do is put you far away into the wilderness, and you have to sort of live there and feel isolated from the rest of the world and live with your team and be good teammates. So there's a lot of psychology in this as well as physical training.
All right, well, look, thank you very, very much, Peter. It's been amazing to talk to you, and I do hope to talk to you again very, very soon. And good luck when you go to space, and maybe, just maybe, you might be able to give GB News a shout-out from space, but I won't hold you to that. There are probably rules against that kind of stuff, but, hey, that would be remarkable, wouldn't it? I'm just going to bring in, for one final foray now, Dr. David Whitehouse, space expert, author